Hi, I'm John. We're back with the farm truck. Farm cat's going to help us out a little bit today. She's going to get in the way, I'm sure, but that's just the way it is. We're going to do the compression test to find out whether we have a problem with worn rings or whether there's a problem in the valve train. When we do the test, we're going to do the test dry and then wet. If the test values increase during the wet test, that tells us that it's a bad set of rings in that cylinder, or it could be all cylinders. If the value stays the same, that's going to tell us that there's a problem in the valve train and we need further work on the heads. So we'll give it a shot. We'll take a look at it. First thing you want to do with this when you're doing it on any engine, you want to either disconnect your fuel pump, you can disconnect your fuel pump fuse, or disconnect the injectors. You don't want fuel going in there, because if fuel goes in there, it's just going to spray all over the place. It's a very dangerous situation because you've just atomized a whole bunch of fuel into your shop, and any little spark will set it off. So, what, you want to get down? She wants to get down, and we're going to get started. Oh yeah, one thing you're going to need is an adapter. This engine, the plugs are really deep in there, so you're going to need some sort of adapter. You can order these online. I've had this one for years in my toolbox. I don't know why I had it in the box, but it was in there. So we're going to use this adapter because the compression tester won't fit down in the hole without an adapter. So you may have to get an adapter for yours. You're just going to have to check and see if yours fits. If not, be prepared to order one. Finished up compression test on the $725 farm truck. I like this truck. It's got the 5.4 Ford engine in it. Any of you that have worked on this 5.4 know that it can be a pain to get to the cylinders in the back. A little perseverance and a step stool and you can get into the back, especially if you're short like me. Can't quite reach back there. So, did get the results back. Results show us that cylinder heads are in good shape except for that blown head gasket. Blown head gasket is on cylinder 3. The cylinder 3, our compression test, it's got fluid coming out before I even did the test. So cylinder 3 came up with 180 psi. There's our results there. That's because it is wet. So on the dry test, our highest was 135 psi. Our lowest was 110. You want to keep these values within 15% of each other. That way you're maintaining a balanced engine. If it's not within 15%, you might want to consider putting new rings in it. It did, all our values came up, so it tells us that yes, it needs rings. The truck has over 200,000 miles on it, so I kind of expected that. Our lowest value at 110 should have been 115. My son's going to come over and he'll help us with measuring the cylinder walls to see what size rings we're going to put back in the engine. Some of the lessons learned. One I learned a long time ago. Always bring your heads to the machine shop and have them check them and make sure that they're not warped. Did many years ago. Tried to get away the cheap way and not bring the heads to the machine shop. Put the engine back together. Had no compression in 2 of the cylinders. It's because the head was warped. So had to take the engine back apart. Do it all over again after I went to the machine shop. So make sure you bring your heads to the machine shop and have them check it. It's well worth the money. Another lesson learned right here. Duct tape is your friend. The adapter came off in one of the cylinders, and so I had to reach in there and try to get it. Luckily it was one of the ones I can actually get to easily. What I used was these pliers right here. I've had these for 25 some odd years. They're great pliers. You get them at any place that sells tools. Harbor Freight, Northern Tool, those guys usually have pliers like these. So well worth it. Couple of bucks, saves you a lot of time. I don't know how I would have gotten that out without these because it's really tight in there. So I'll pull the engine out. My son's going to come over and help rebuild the engine, and we'll measure those cylinder walls because he's got the tools. I don't have the right tool for that. He does. So next time we'll be pulling this engine out. Yay fun. We'll see you next time. You have a great day.